everyone, my name's Georgia and I'm the External Partnerships and Events Coordinator at the City of Stoke-on-Trent Sixth Form College. Now, usually these kinds of presentations would take place in person, but unfortunately, due to the current situation, that isn't possible. So instead, I'm going to talk you through about different options that you've got once you complete your GCSEs in Year 11. I'm also going to tell you about the Sixth Form College and what it has to offer, as it is a potential option for you to study with us when you finish your GCSEs. So what I'm going to do now is just share a short presentation with you. Okay, so you're probably thinking, why do I need to know about what my options are after Year 11 now, because you're only in Year 8? But there is no time like the present to start thinking about what your goals are, what it is that you want to achieve in your educational journey. So this is why we're talking about this now, because when you get into Year 9, you will make that first choice about what options that you are going to want to take. So this is just going to help you make these decisions along the way. So firstly, I'm going to tell you where the Sixth Form College is, because some of you may not even know that, which is absolutely fine. So the first thing to know is that we are the big white building on the end of Leek Road. We're right next to Staffordshire University and Stoke-on-Trent train station. If your parents have ever dragged you to the range before, or you've had to drop someone off the train station, then you've probably drove past us. It's really hard to miss. So you can get to us by car, you can get to us by train, bus, you can walk if you want to, and we do have a college car park as well. So potentially when you start driving, when you turn 17 or 18, you can park on our college car park as well. Now, I want to talk to you about your different progression routes, because there are a number of different options for you, and everyone is going to have a different pathway and a different progression route. And what is right for one person may not be right for another. So if there's one thing I want you to take from this, is that this is your journey. You need to make these decisions for you. So you're all currently at school and you will head up to high school when you get into Year 9. Now you've got a couple of different options when you finish in Year 11. So you have got the option of staying on at your school sixth form, for example. You can come to a sixth form college like us, which we aren't attached to a school. And then you've also got a college as well. So like Newcastle College, Reese Heath College, Stoke-on-Trent College, you've got a lot of different options. And then you've also got an apprenticeship route as well. Now you can do an apprenticeship at 16 and 18, which I will talk to you about in a second. You've also got a number of different options after college as well. So you can go on to do a degree level apprenticeship, a level 2 or level 3 apprenticeship, university, employment, a gap year. You can see that on this side, there are lots of different routes that you can take to get to your end goal. And it depends on what it is that you're interested in studying. Okay, so when we're talking about college and when you finish your GCSEs at 16, these are the different progression pathways that you can take. So you've got an academic pathway. So these will be like what your GCSEs are. So they will be exam based. Now, the majority of our students do 3 or 4 A-level subjects. These are linear, and that means that your exams are taken at the end of your 2-year course. You will also find that some A-levels are 100% exam. So if you aren't quite confident in an exam environment, and to be completely honest, you may not know that yet, when you start to do your GCSEs, you will really see if an A-level route is for you, whether you're really good at exams or whether you're more of a practical learner. And either way can get you to where you want to go. So like I said, A-levels, they are academic. Students study usually 3 or 4 subjects. Now, you've also got vocational pathways, and these are BTECs and CTECs. So when you get to choose your options in Year 9, you may have an option of doing BTEC Sport or BTEC Health and Social Care. And these are more practical subjects. There are also lots of other BTECs that you can study as well. They were just 2 examples. But these are more practical subjects. So you may have some coursework elements, Part of your assessment may be a presentation, for example, or you delivering an exercise class in front of your other peers. It is just a different way of being assessed. Now, some BTECs do have external assessments as well. So, for example, our BTEC in criminology, that does have an 8-hour exam attached to it, but you don't do the 8 hours all in one go. It is split up into 2 4-hour exams, but that is just an option for you as well. Now, you also have apprenticeships, and like I said, that you can study these at 16, so when you finish your GCSEs at school, or you can do an apprenticeship once you finish college as well. And the choice is absolutely yours. What a lot of our students tend to do is gain a level 3 qualification at college first, and then progress onto an apprenticeship afterwards. Now, an apprenticeship is where you spend 4 days in a workplace environment, and then you spend 1 day in a classroom environment. Now, you also have a T-level qualification, and this is quite new. We've been running our T-levels for 2 years now. A T-level is the opposite to what an apprenticeship is. So it's where you spend 4 days in a classroom environment and then 1 day in a work placement. Now, your work placement does count towards your qualifications, and over the 2-year qualification, students have to do around 350 hours of work experience, but we support you in finding your placement. Now, at the Sixth Form College, we offer academic pathways, vocational pathways, and T-levels. We don't offer apprenticeships, but what we do is support students in gaining apprenticeships after they've studied with us for 2 years. Now, you'll see that I keep mentioning 2 years because at college, most students spend 2 years. So all of our programs of study are at 2 years long. And what you want to do after the 2 years is then progress onto maybe university, apprenticeship, employment, whatever you decide. Okay, so these are all of the different courses that we offer. Now, as you can see, that is a pretty long list of courses. There are many more courses that you can see here than what you would study at GCSE. Some courses that you may never even heard of before, like geology, for example, or classical civilization. Now, as I said, students will always study 3 A-levels or the equivalent of that. Like I say, in some cases, students will study 4, but the majority of students do 3 A-levels or the equivalent to that. Now, we have traditional A-levels, so like the subjects that you're studying in now and what you'd study at GCSE, these are traditional subjects. So you've got your Englishes, your maths, your science, history, geography, IT, the subjects that you will already know. And then you've also got lots of other interesting subjects as well, like psychology, sociology, geology, as I mentioned, philosophy, accounting, for example. There are lots and lots of subjects that you can potentially go on to study. Now, we have got different vocational courses as well. So these are BTECs. As I said, they are more practical, and these are subjects like digital games design, business, we've got financial education, musical theatre, film and TV production. These are all subjects that you may think, well, I've never heard of these before, but I could potentially see myself studying them. And this is where you can start doing your research and build that passion for subjects that you haven't heard before. Now, we also offer 2 T-levels currently at the Sixth Form. So we do a T-level in digital production, design and development, and health and science as well. Now, we also offer a level 3 foundation program, but I don't want to mention this too much because at the minute it isn't relevant. However, if it is that you potentially don't pass your GCSEs or don't get the grades that you were hoping for, you have got the option of resitting these GCSEs at college. But it does mean that you're spending longer at college, maybe an additional year longer. So you want to make sure that now you are working hard when you get into year 9, when you start your GCSEs, these are your focus and you get the best grades possible. Now with us, you can study A-levels and BTECs, and these can be studied in any combination. So for example, if you wanted to be a midwife, you could study a BTEC in health and social care alongside an A-level in biology. If you wanted to be an architect, you could study a BTEC in graphic design alongside an A-level in physics or maths. So you do have the option of combining both exam-based subjects and coursework-based subjects to create your programme of study. Now, on that previous slide, you will have seen that each of our courses were colour-coded, and that's to help you plan your progression and what your next steps are going to be. So at the sixth form, we have different pathways. So as you can see, we have business, finance and law, creative and performing arts, education, society and health, humanities, languages and literature, sport and leisure, and then STEM as well, which stands for science, technology, engineering and maths. And this is just to help you plan your next steps and guide you. So for example, if you know that you are interested in engineering, so at the sixth one, we don't offer a specific engineering course. However, we do offer routes into engineering. So you could study maths, you could study physics, you could study product design, for example, which will then help you progress onto those kinds of pathways. Okay, so these are just some of the facilities we have at the college. So we have facilities that are internal. So we've just had a new digital centre built where our T-levels and our HE courses are mainly delivered. And then we also have facilities that we use around us. So we are right next to Staffordshire University. So if you potentially study any science subjects with us or sport subjects, you will spend some of your time in our labs in the science centre, or you could study up at Fenton Manor where our sports facilities are as well. We also have lots of different facilities in the college. Now, if you go onto our website and visit our virtual tour, you can have a look at our 360 video of all of the different facilities that we have, so you can go and check that out for yourselves. Now, these are just some of the opportunities that we have in college. So you may have the opportunity while you're in school to go on some trips and visits, obviously not at this current time, but hopefully when you get into year 9, 10, 11, you may have the opportunity to do some visits, go on work experience and gain some real life experiences to help you make these decisions about your career. And that continues when you go to college as well. So we have international enrichment. So students from our college go to places like Poland, Iceland, Gambia, Washington, and these are part of our different courses. So for example, if you study geography, geology or politics, you may go on these different international visits as part of your course. We also have different enrichment opportunities that aren't part of our courses, which all students can apply to go on. And these different opportunities are absolutely life-changing. They look great on your CVs. It gives you some real life experiences, and you get to meet students that you wouldn't necessarily see in your classroom. We also have lots of different clubs and societies. Now, these are student-led societies. So this will allow you to develop these skills to help you in later on in life. So whether you're going to work at university, it may help you with your confidence. We have things like the Creative Writing Society, Current Affairs, Debating Society, which is really popular. So if you like arguing, then the Debating Society is probably going to be for you. We have a Musical Theatre Society as well. And the great thing about these clubs and societies is because they're student-led, you can create your own society. You can make these societies your own. So for example, if you really like reading, or if you want to present on the radio, for example, our progress coaches support you in creating these societies and doing things that you love alongside your academic studies. Now, we also have academic enrichment. So for example, You may be part of your school council. When you get into high school, you may be a prefect or have the opportunity to become head boy and head girl. These kinds of opportunities continue at college as well. So we have course representatives. So if you're really passionate about your course, say you absolutely love history and you want every other student to love history as well, you have the opportunity to represent your class at different parliaments and change the way we teach our students, because you are the reason as to why the college runs the way it is, because we want students to have their voice and have their say and change the way we do things for you. We also offer things like Duke of Edinburgh as well. So when you're in school, you might have the opportunity to complete your bronze Duke of Edinburgh. We offer bronze, silver and gold at the college. If you don't have your opportunity to do something like that in school, you can do that at college. We have an MDV society. I'll talk about that in a minute. We also have EPQ, student mentoring. There are lots of opportunities for you to get involved and have a go at something new while you're spending your 2, maybe 3 years at college. Now, we also have sport enrichment. So if you're part of a netball team, a basketball team, football team at school, these kinds of things can also continue. We have a great coordinator who is named Dave Hardwick, and he is the person who facilitates all of these different sports clubs. You can also have a go at something new. So his aim is to get every student active and having a go at something new. So we offer things like archery, rock climbing, even horse riding that you can have a go at to, again, meet students and build your confidence while you're spending your time at the college. Now, these are 3 different programs that we run, and this runs alongside your academic studies. So the subjects that you're studying, these are things that you can do in addition. So we have a High Achievers program. So if you are an academic student, if you're maybe getting 6s, 7s and 8s, 9s maybe, if you're targeted these in your GCSEs, then the High Achievers program could be for you. If you're interested in medicine, veterinary or dentistry careers, then this program can also support you in getting to where you want to be. Now, if you've heard of Oxford and Cambridge University, we have lots of students progressing onto these institutions and really successfully gaining places onto courses in these Russell Group universities. Now, you're probably thinking, Russell Group, Oxbridge, what does all this mean? You don't need to worry about it too much yet, but it's something to start thinking about. And we're going to show you some students in a second that have progressed onto these types of institutions. But what you can start thinking of now is, what is it that you want to do? What do you want to achieve? And we can help you get there, as well as what your teachers are doing now, what your teachers will do in high school. We want to make sure that you are the best versions of yourselves, and we're going to hopefully give you all of the tools that you need to get there. We also have a talented athlete program and junior elite scholarship program. So this is for students that play sport competitively. If you play at a national or regional level, then we can tailor your program of study around your training. With this does come a free gym membership, so you have access to Fenton Manor facilities and Staffordshire University facilities as well. Now, the final program that we have is the Futures program, and this is all about progression and supporting you in achieving your goals. So we have work experience opportunities, we have careers advisors that can talk to you about what your options are. We have different people coming in to speak to our students from universities, apprenticeships, ex-students coming in to talk about their experiences to help our students progress. Now, these are 4 different students that have progressed on from us last year. So for the first one, we've got Isabella Dobson. So Isabella did actually go to a school that did have a 6th form, so Newcastle Under Lyme School, but instead of carrying on at her 6th form, she decided to come to us. And again, that is just a different option for you. She studied A-levels in English literature, religious studies, Spanish, and she also did an EPQ, which is an extended project qualification. And some students do EPQs. It is a research project which can help you gain more points to get into university. So Isabella achieved all A stars in her qualifications, and she's gone on to study Spanish and beginners Portuguese at the University of Oxford. We've got Hammam. Now, Hammam studied at Kidsgrove Secondary School. He came to England in year 10. He actually studied his GCSEs with us. So he resat his GCSEs and then progressed on to A-levels and is now studying at Hull York Medical School, and he's studying medicine. So next we have Joseph. He is studying a higher level apprenticeship, and he is now studying accountancy with BDO. He did A-levels with us and got some great qualifications. So next we have Sarah Porter. She was studying at St. Peter's Academy. She did a combination of A-levels and BTEC and has now gone on to study at Performers College in Essex to study musical theatre and dance. And these are just 4 of our students that have gone on to do amazing things. If you have a look on our website, you will see lots of other case studies of students that have progressed as well. So before all of that, and before you start thinking about college, the next decisions that you have got to make are about your GCSE options when you get into year 9. And these are just some things that you need to remember when you're choosing your options. Now, your English, Maths and Science GCSEs are your most important GCSEs. And with good grades in these 3 subjects, you can study pretty much any subjects that you want at college. So those are your 3 most important core GCSEs. But then make sure that you are choosing subjects that you enjoy and that you've got an interest in. You don't always have to study a subject at GCSE in order to study the subject at level 3. So, for example, if you want to study law, for example, you can't study law at college, at school, sorry. However, your English and your maths and your science will help you gain those places on those college courses. It's about the grades you're getting in your GCSEs. If you take a course like history, for example, that will also help you then continue to study law at college. Now, at the sixth form college, we look at your whole GCSE grade profile. So it's important that you try your absolute hardest at every subject that you choose in your GCSE. Some subjects you have to do because they are extremely important, but the subjects that you choose, like I said, make sure that you enjoy them because it's about getting the best grades possible. And finally, make sure you're choosing subjects for you and subjects that you enjoy. So don't do what your friends are doing, because when you get to those exams in year 11, you may regret the decision because you've chosen it because your friend wanted to do it. Make sure these decisions that you are making are for you and your progression only. Now, finally, your next step. So I'm going to set you little tasks. Now, don't think I'm going to mark you on them because I'm not, but this is just to help you make these decisions and start thinking about what your next step's going to be. So I want you to start those conversations. So these conversations may be with older brothers or sisters that have already gone through this academic process. It may be with your teachers. Start having these conversations with your friends and parents. You can also have these kinds of conversations with us at the sixth form as well. So on here, you'll see the website, which has information about how you can contact us. So if you want some more information about what your options are at college, what subjects that you potentially could study in your options to benefit the subjects you want to study at college as well, then we are always here for you to talk to us. Start being nosy as well. Start having a look on college websites and on their social media pages. So even though I'm talking about the sixth form college today, there are lots of other options as well. So you've got places like Newcastle College, Stoke-on-Trent College, PM Training, which is an apprenticeship provider. You've obviously got your Biddulph High School, which has got a sixth form, Westwood College as well. You have got lots of options. So start being nosy, start being intrigued about all of the different options that you have available. It's important that you start to have some goals. So, what is it that you want to achieve? What are you aiming for? Because when you get into year 10 and 11, you will have target grades in your GCSEs, and you may now have some target grades given to you by your school. These target grades are a benchmark. There is no reason why you can't exceed these grades. So, for example, when you get into year 10 and 11 and you're targeted maybe a 5 in your GCSE maths, yes, that is a target. However, why not go and smash that target? Why not aim for those 6s, 7s, 8s, and 9s? Do the best that you possibly can, because that is just a target. You are capable of what you're willing to put in. And then the final thing from me is always do your best. There is nothing more that we can ask than is for you to do your best. It is important that you spend time, do this research, work hard, and you will get to where you want to be. Like I said, for further information, feel free to visit the college's website. The final thing from me is that I hope this has given you a little bit of an insight into the sixth form college and what your options are. Like I said, if you have got any questions, if you want any further information, then please don't hesitate to get in touch. It's been lovely speaking with you, and I hope to meet you all soon. Take care. Bye.